The George Street Revitalization project is a City of Toronto Council-approved initiative that will see the reinvention of the northernmost block of George Street and transform Seaton House Men's Shelter into a world-class facility providing specialized care for vulnerable populations, including a long-term care home, a transitional living facility, an emergency shelter, affordable housing, and a community hub serving residents of both the site and the local neighborhood. The George Street Revitalization will be the catalyst for a more safe and vibrant community for traditionally marginalized communities. George Street is located in the Moss Park area of Toronto and runs north-south, from Gerrard Street in the north to Front Street in the south. The area is home to a large population of homeless, marginalized, and people struggling with drug and mental health issues.
Hello, my name is DIMITRIJE Martinovich and you're watching RPTV News. On today's episode, we continue our multi-series coverage of the George Street Revitalization project. We will be speaking with Paul Raftis on one of the key components of the new center, which is to provide 387 long-term care beds for some of Toronto's most vulnerable populations. Welcome to RPTV, Paul. And before we begin with my questions and the interview, I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in your role as the General Manager for Senior Services and Long-Term Care at the City of Toronto.
I'm Paul Raftis. I'm in my 30th year with the city. I started as a paramedic and spent more than 25 years with Toronto Paramedic Services, and the last number of years there as the chief of paramedic service, and I was asked to then work with shelter support and housing for a period of time on some transformation and innovation there, including the George Street Revitalization project, and then was asked to come over and work with our colleagues in senior services and long-term care on some transformation and change here in this division. And so in my role as general manager, I'm responsible for the operation of 10 long-term care homes serving 2,641 residents. And we have a fantastic team of over 3,000 staff. We also have a senior services group that we've now incorporated into the division that's coordinating the many services that are available to seniors living on their own, not certainly within the long-term care service, and also connected closely with Toronto Community Housing, the seniors housing unit over there, and working with them on some new innovations, the integrated service model and that sort of thing. So exciting time for us, and really happy to be working with this team.
Thank you very much, Paul. So now I wonder, can you tell us a little bit about the new facility? For instance, why there was a need for this facility, why this particular configuration, and the consolidation of all of these social services under one roof.
Yeah, so it's a very exciting project. I can tell you, as a young paramedic, I visited Seaton House on emergency calls, and over all of the years there of Seaton House operation, they've served thousands of clients there, but it has been a facility that has needed upgrading, and really this was an opportunity for an exciting new project that incorporates many aspects of the housing continuum for the clients there and others individuals requiring some of these services. So we saw for many years some clients staying at Seaton House for many years and using the emergency shelter services there really as long-term housing. So this project is going to incorporate everything from an emergency shelter to a transitional shelter program, affordable housing, a long-term care program, and also a community service hub that provides programming to clients and the community. And as you know, it's a very large facility, over 600,000 square feet of new construction. And just on the long-term care side, you're going to have 378 beds. And within that, there'll be a specialized unit that will really help to serve some of the more vulnerable clients who were experiencing homelessness, transition out of shelter programs and into long-term care.
So this is what I was wanting to ask also. What are the existing programs available to seniors who are seeking long-term care, and the supports that someone might need around coming out of homelessness or having lived on the street?
Yeah, so currently you'll know that the province operates the long-term care system, and home and community care has all of the access into long-term care. And really, there aren't any specific programs that are solely focused on people who are experiencing homelessness. Now, that being said, individuals who are eligible and who do apply to long-term care, they do get into long-term care, and there are tremendous supports within long-term care, 24-hour nursing and specialized care. We do have a number of behavioral units around the city, frequent assistance to, activities of daily living, all of that sort of thing. But there isn't within the long-term care system a specific program just for individuals who had experienced homelessness.
So I understand, and I must admit that I knew very little about the supports for, say, people who might be homeless or living on the streets in terms of what happens to them when they get older, right? How they might be taken care of. I knew very, very little about that. And I wanted to know, so how, like you were just saying a little bit about how someone might apply, or how they would apply for that. But can you talk about how people will be able to gain the benefits at the new center, and how does someone get, placed in that area if they're, say, experiencing Alzheimer's or dementia? Who will have sort of the last word on how a person might be placed in the new facility?
Yeah, and so this is what's exciting about the George Street Revitalization project, is we really want to be able to provide a specialized model of care that would serve formerly homeless individuals, including those of Indigenous communities, and remove any barriers that might be there for this particular population. The benefit of so many divisions from within the city of Toronto coming together, so social development, finance and admin, shelter support and housing, senior services and long-term care, the housing secretariat and the affordable housing office, and many others, is that we'll work as a team to identify individuals and assist them moving through that housing continuum. And of course, we'll work with our partners from the province, from home and community care, to do those appropriate assessments, and then help sort of manage people moving through the housing continuum when it's appropriate for them.
So let's say a homeless person who's been living on the street for a number of years. They may not have any personal finances, or I don't know, maybe they only have ODSP. How will their admission or placement at the new center, who will pay for that? How does that work?
We work with the province through that entire process, and the province actually has a program that supports individuals who do not have the financial resources to be able to pay the fees that are associated with long-term care. So there is a specific application process for that, and we would work directly our staff would work directly with those clients and make sure that if they're eligible for those supports, that they would receive them. And that's actually, we do that every day within our 10 long-term care facilities. We're very experienced in that regard with individuals who do not have financial resources to support themselves. We would do the same. We would bring that to the table in the support of the individuals who were previously experiencing homelessness.
So how will the city manage such a large facility without falling into the problems that have plagued the operation of long-term care facilities that are already in existence, such as the lack of adequate funding to support and maintain the level of care that is needed?
First of all, the city's 10 long-term care homes, they are exceptionally run in our view, and we will continue to provide that exceptional care. Council approved a plan at the end of last year where we looked at increasing the amount of staff time available to support individuals in long-term care. And the province, just a couple of weeks ago, through the 2020 fall budget or through the 2020 budget, announced an increase in the average daily direct care for nursing and PSWs for an average of 4 hours of care. So it perfectly aligns with the council directed plan from last year. This will be implemented over the next 4 to 5 years. In sort of over an annual basis, there'll be increases. And so you're going to see those improvements within the system. Those improvements will apply to the George Street Revitalization project. The province has also committed $61 million annually to increase supports for the operations of long-term care and make sure that they improve the maintenance and quality of care that the residents are experiencing. And also, I think we have a distinct advantage, as I had mentioned earlier, Dimitri, in working with so many other city divisions that will all work together to make sure that we really surround these individuals, vulnerable individuals, with the support and care that they need right through this continuum, whether it's from the emergency shelter side or the affordable housing side or long-term care or the supports to the community. So we're really focused on making this a tremendous experience for the residents who are going to live at George Street. And we're going to make it, sort of a best practice facility and do an excellent job there.
So now a little bit more of a harder question to respond to. So how would you respond to critics that say this project runs the risk again of siloing the most vulnerable and marginalized communities and rounding everybody up in one big mega facility and further institutionalizing this already marginalized and vulnerable community?
Yeah, well, I believe that it's going to be a catalyst for a safe and vibrant community in that area. I think it goes beyond rebuilding the facility to really reimagining integrated care and developing a campus of care for individuals so that they can get the right supports and make sure that the right supports are available to them. Having so many different services available at one place is really going to allow the individuals to get the care that they need and support them in the way that they need to be supported. Right now we really serve a very diverse group of individuals within long-term care. So we have individuals from 70 countries of origin, 56 different languages, 34 different faiths. Many have moderate to severe cognitive impairment. So we are well experienced in serving a very diverse, vulnerable population. And we believe that all of us coming together in this brand new, best practice, high-tech facility is going to really make a great place, a great experience for the clients who are going to live there. And I think it will only prove to serve them much better than they're being served today.
Okay. Now, so I know that in other countries, and people are always saying, oh, they're doing this in the Scandinavian countries, and certainly they are taking a less institutional approach to long-term care and senior care in some of the Scandinavian countries. Is there anything like that being considered in terms of this particular demographic in Toronto?
Well, I would say that, we're talking about a tiny fraction of the population that we're actually serving. So, there's going to be in the coming years 500,000 seniors living within the city of Toronto. And certainly the small number of long-term care beds is not the answer to serving the broader population. We really need to talk about and continue to focus on having people age in place, being healthy and happy within their homes, getting more services out into the community and serving people where they live, as opposed to trying to move everyone into this type of facility. This is really a specialized facility to take care of our most vulnerable. And we need to look at the larger population and ensure that we're providing the best services possible out in the community and helping people age in place and really live a long, happy, and healthy life and not have to move into a long-term care facility because they have the services available to them in the community. Now, some people, because of the nature of their, of their health or the services that they need, they do need to move into more of this type of facility with direct nursing care 24 hours a day. But certainly for the broader community of seniors within the city of Toronto, we want to do our very best to help people age in place at home.
I wonder, can you speak a little bit more about the notion of the College of Care? You mentioned that in your last response. How does that work? Because it's a term that I've not heard before, but I can see that in the new facility that this might be a new way of responding to the particular group of people that will be there.
Yeah, so and we had talked about a campus of care, which is something that's being discussed very regularly in health right now, which really talks about within a community, do we have many different services available to support that community and support the community as a whole, but also provide the individualized care for the individuals who are living there, because everyone is an individual. They require different levels of service and care. One size doesn't fit all. So the idea around George Street is to make sure that you have a very comprehensive set of services available for the community so that the individuals who are living there really have access to all of those services, take advantage of the ones that they need, and they have the best experience and the best outcomes as a result of that.
Great. Thank you very much. Is there anything else that you think you would like to say about the long-term care and senior division at the new site?
I'm really proud of my team who've done just a fantastic job working on this, and the collaboration across the number of divisions working together. I think this is a really exciting project for us, and we're really looking forward to getting it off the ground and providing the best experience for our most vulnerable.
Thank you very much, Paul. That was really wonderful to hear all of that, and we may like to get back to you later on when the facility is working and see how all of that's panning out. But for now, thank you very much, and we'll be in touch.
Thanks so much, Dimitri. We really appreciate you having us here today to share this story, and we'd be happy to come back and speak to you anytime.
Please do not forget to like, comment, and share to our channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms, and for more information, please check out our website.